know, Chuck, people think I'm going to buy a diesel, it'll get better fuel economy, and I can pull anything I want. And then they use it 1 week out of the year to pull their fifth wheel. That's the worst thing you can do. They should have a gas engine. Am I correct?
That's correct. Yeah, that is correct, because you're not doing the truck any good, and you may end up costing yourself unnecessary repair.
It's Patrick at Pals. Well, there's the Pals truck. It's 2018 Ram. There's our phone number. We use this truck at the garage for running parts and doing other things, pulling things around. It's a diesel. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about diesels today, folks. You know, at Pals, diesels are a third of our business. We work on trucks like this every day. We work on Sprinters. Diesels have a different set of maintenance than a gas engine has, just like a hybrid is different than a gas, right? But with a diesel, you have to be concerned about a few things. You know, most people will say, well, you can idle a diesel all evening. Won't hurt it. It does hurt it. And the reason it does, these trucks have got filters on them. They're called a diesel particulate filter. It's part of the DEF system that the manufacturers have put on in order to meet compliance with the government regulations. Now, what a particulate filter does is just what it says. It separates the particulates that come through the exhaust so that they don't go out in the atmosphere. They go into a filter, okay? In the old days, it was just a straight pipe, and that's why you saw a lot of black smoke coming out of diesels, because the particulates were coming out that exhaust. Nowadays, they have a particulate filter, and that particulate filter has a heater on it, and the heater will auto-generate. In other words, it'll heat up and it'll melt those particles, okay? Now, what happens is those particles turn to soot, and when they clog up the filter, it's a very costly repair. We're talking about thousands of dollars to replace that diesel particulate filter. You don't want to put yourself in that position. What you want to do is a full performance oil change and fuel injection treatment at Pals. What we do is we put a cleaner into the fuel injectors, clean them. We put a cleaner into the crankcase, okay? What that does is it removes, it's not really sludge, it's particulates, okay, and soot. It gets it out of there. That's what turns the oil in these trucks or these engines black right away, is the soot. So you get that out, and then you put a conditioner in that keeps the system clean. Now that's maintaining the system. If your system has went too long without maintenance and you filled up that filter, the only choice on a truck this size is to replace the diesel particulate filter, okay? Now, if you had a semi-tractor trailer, like a Kenworth or a Peterbilt, those trucks can have the systems clean. They're bigger systems, and you can take them out and you can actually clean the particulate filter. On a truck this size, it really doesn't make sense to do that. And if there's any cracks in the system, you'd have to replace it anyway. So the main thing to do with the diesel is maintain it. You're going to need a performance oil change about every second oil change. You're going to need to do that. I mean, you know, people say, well, you can, just do it once every, 60,000 miles. You can't do that. You've got to do this every other oil change, the performance oil change, and that'll take care of it. At Pals, if you bring your diesel to us, we'll take care of that for you. We'll recommend it when it's time, and it'll save you thousands of dollars in the end. If you've got a diesel pickup truck, bring it to Pals. See you soon.